What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We are going to take a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. I think we could be in trouble. We'll take a look at it. It's not a guarantee, obviously, but we're going to take a look at the possibilities. So I want to remind you guys also, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check that out and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for daily updates every single day. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, as always, I want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. There is a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Don't forget to smash the likes. Leave your comments down below to get you entered to win the free t-shirt. We will be picking the winner of last week's t-shirt at the end of this video, so stick around. All right, so looking at the headlines, we like to do that on this channel if you're new, just to get a sentiment of what the news is saying. Here's why Bitcoin could rally 100% to 18,000 by 2020. Crypto tidbits, Bitcoin plunges under 9,000, striking fractal shared by accurate analysis. Bitcoin to soon be 8,500. Bitcoin faces drop to 8K following bearish reversal sign. Bitcoin price falls 1,400 in a week. Bitcoin, or forget the coronavirus, this is the real reason Bitcoin dropped, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, let's kind of mix news, a little bit of bullish, a little bit of bearish. Fear and greed index, we are at 39. We were at 38 yesterday, so we're up a point, still in the fear zone. BitMEX, Bitfinex, and Binance, longs versus shorts. The total is 60.43% longs and 39.57% shorts. Bitfinex still crazy high longs. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. So we closed below our 9,200, and we could be coming back down to test all the way back down. Test this trend line again would be around 77.81, but we'll take a look at everything here in a minute. All right, I want to point one thing out that is a possibility for next week. Just a possibility. I highly doubt it's going to happen, but keep in mind it could. I am going to take this Fibonacci retracement from the swing high over here, from our all-time high, and take it down to our swing low at the 31, I think it was 3,100, 3,200, right in there. But if you look, the golden pocket zone, the 0.65 and 0.618, we hit that dead on with our rise in 2019 to 13.8. right to the golden retracement zone. If we were to do that again, if we were to do that again from the swing high of last year, let me get this as accurate as I can. And I've been pointing this out for quite some time that it is a possibility. To our swing low, that would be around the 11,100 to 11,300. But for that to happen, it would have to happen this coming week. I don't necessarily think that that's going to happen, but I do want you guys to know it is a possibility. But if it does, I will be shorting the crap out of it right here between 11.1 and 11.3. Again, I don't think we're going to go up there. And I'm starting to think it's possible that this wasn't the low here. So we'll take a look at that also. Look at the 200 EMA is around the 53.84, guys. We could be coming back down to test that, and let's take a look at it. All right, so looking at Bitcoin on the daily, and as you know, we had this falling channel here we popped out of, popped back down inside, and I am looking at a possible broadening wedge here. And if we use Litecoin as an indicator, we already fell out of Litecoin's wedge. So let's look at what I'm seeing here. Sorry, guys. All right, so the bottom of this wedge as of right now, if we were to come down today, is around 83.98. So if that was the break, super bearish, guys. And we've been watching also the RSI had this falling channel, popped out of it here, came into the rising blue channel, fell out of the blue channel, came back down, and we are back in the falling channel now. I have these two white trend lines. I think we're most likely going to come back down and test this area, guys. And that's going to be around probably the 79.50 target that I have here in the golden retracement zone. If this 8,400 doesn't hold. So let's take a look at what else I've been looking at. We do also have a measured move, and I don't know where my measured move went, so I will make another one. And that is this white falling channel here. If we measure the channel, bring it down to where we broke out, and that gets me that 79.50 range. I do believe we're most likely headed there if that 8,400 doesn't hold. If you guys are new here, definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, share the video, and leave your comments down below. That'll get you entered to win next week's free t-shirt. But as you can see, this would be in the golden retracement zone. There's also a target I don't have on this one. I have on my other charts that we're going to be moving to in a second. 7,300 would be the 0.76 or 0.786 retracement of this move here up to the 10.5. But if you guys have been watching the channel, also I've been watching this, and I've noticed a lot of people are starting to talk about it. We called this a possibility back here in the middle of January, before all this had even came. You can go back in my videos and check it. But I said if we got resistance at this 10.5 level, we could be possibly making an inverse head and shoulders. And that seems to be a possibility. I'll take a look at some other stuff in there in a minute. Just want to go back over to here and talk about this trend line. If this does break, we are most likely in trouble. Let's go into 4 hour. 4 hour. If you see this bottom trend line here, I drew that off of these 3 touches on the bottom. And then I cloned that line and I put one on each one of these wicks up here and said that would be support and resistance, which it had been going up, and now it is coming down. Question is, do we come up and test the top of this falling white channel here? Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. Do we test the top of this white channel? And if it breaks, then we will have that massive move that I was talking about to possibly 11,100 to 11,300 possibility. I think it's a lot less likely. We could go up to possibly the 9,800 range, which would be the top of this white broadening wedge here. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, let me point out some more stuff real quick. As you can see right here in the 4 hour, we did almost touch this pink trend line. And I've been saying if that pink trend line breaks, we are in trouble. And that is, as of right now, it would be around right around that 0.5 fib of this move, the retracement, 0.5 retracement would be around, actually, let me move that down a little bit, around the 84, 83. And guys, I'm pretty bearish here. I do think we may get a nice bounce here, come back up to between the 8,900 to 9,200 range. And that would be, the 8,900 would be about the 55 EMA on the 4 hour, and the 200 EMA would be about the 9,200. If we get a bounce here, this could fall right through it like butter. If it does, you can see I have this falling wedge drawn in here off of these wicks. And if you, like I said, these trend lines here that I drew off those wicks that I just showed you acted as support and resistance all the way up. And on the way down, it's doing the same thing. As you can see over here, we crawled on this line for quite some time. We are doing that now, but below. So we are rejected by that. And if we came back down to test this white falling wedge, would be around 82.69. And again, guys, if we hit that, we'll probably get a bounce, retest this pink trend line at maybe 85.50, somewhere in there, and then continue down, in my opinion, to at least the 8,000. I have some pretty scary stuff though, guys, and this is where it gets scary. If we are to break down from this falling wedge, that is very bearish. The measured move off that would be all the way down to, well, depending on where we break it now. See, that's, I'm going to have to redo this. If we were to break it right in here, like within today or so, today or tomorrow, we'd be looking at that 53.75, which would be, if we retested this, Let me move this down. Trend line here. Let me move this over. It's going to be right around the end of April, which would align with the end of the halving. And again, guys, for this head and shoulders to be invalidated, I think we'd have to break the 7,200 range, which there is a target there. That's the 0.786 Fibonacci of this move here. And it is also for the move to 13.8, it's also the 0.618. Regardless, I think we'll get a bounce there, but it could get ugly, guys. If we drop below that, I do think we're looking for this around the $5,400 range. That is the measured move of falling out of this broadening wedge. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing, guys. As of right now, it's not looking too healthy. Let's look at that. Yeah, I got the same targets in here, as you can see. And if you watched the video yesterday, I was talking about this. 84.48 was my target, which is still my target. And that is this, damn it. That is this measured move of this rising wedge or rising channel. Hold on, let me go into the 1 hour. It'll be easier for you guys to see. Right here. So as you can see, we are trying to move back up, and our EMAs, that's another thing I wanted to point out real quick. Sorry. The EMAs are super bearish, guys. As you can see, they've all crossed over to the downside. And in the daily, the 8 has crossed to 55. Next is the 13 to cross to 55. It would take a pretty big push up to avoid that from happening. Back into the 1 hour. So if we break this trend line again and get support on top of it at 86, 87, I think it's a good possibility we go test the 90, around the 9,000, 8,950 to 9,200 range, somewhere in that area. Could be a possibility to retest the top of this top trend line again. But I'm pretty confident we get rejected if we get up as high as the 8,700. But we would have to break this green line or yellow line. I'm colorblind, excuse me for that, but the 55 EMA on the 1 hour. So see what happens, and that right now is lying about 8,700, and that would also break this trend line if we broke above it. And then if we get support on this trend line around the 8,700, 8,675, we could be going up to tag one of these before continuing down. But yeah, it's not looking great, guys. Another thing I wanted to point out in the 4 hour, this could be a bear flag and a measured move of that bear flag from where we broke down right here. Go down to the bottom of the flag and bring it down to, and that gets us down to that 7,200. That would be the measured move, which we do have a target there. That would be the measured move if this is a bear flag right here, guys. So again, it's looking really bearish, but a lot of times, keep in mind, when it's looking this bearish and everybody's bearish, it will do the opposite of what everyone thinks. But I think a lot of people think this was the bottom and we're going up from here. So in my opinion, the contrarian view is that we are still extremely bullish, or bearish. I'm sorry, bearish. All right. Let's look at Litecoin, and then we'll look at Ethereum, and then we'll move on to the t-shirt, the winner of last week's t-shirt. And don't forget to, you can, oh, if you guys are interested in trading also, I'll leave a Bybit tutorial up top. I have 3 links to 3 exchanges that I am currently using. One is Bybit, one is PrimeXBT, and the other is Femex. Actually, Femex I haven't made a trade on yet. I'm still getting a feel for it. But if you want to check those out, all of them give you a sign-on bonus when you make a deposit by using my link down below. The PrimeXBT has a couple codes down there you can use with my name. If you look at them, one of them gets you the 35% on whatever you deposit, and the other one gets you 25% off of all your trading fees for 1 month. Okay, so looking at Litecoin, same thing. I've drawn a broadening wedge here, guys. It looks like a falling broadening wedge here also. So if this one plays out, we could come back up to retest, you know, around the 75.38. which is a possibility. And if that breaks, then obviously we would continue up from there. And just for fun, let's see what measured move of that would be. Approximately, if that was to happen, around the 102, 101, somewhere in that area. Again, I don't necessarily believe that's going to happen. And let me show you a couple more things here. All right, so a measured move of the breakdown of this rising broadening wedge here from where we broke down. Let's take a measured move of that and shorten this up just a hair. Bring it down to where we broke down, and that gets us to $42.20. Again, guys, these targets aren't exact, but that could be where we're headed, that $42.20. So keep that in mind. That is just the measured move off of this rising broadening wedge here. We are getting resistance at that 60-30, which is our 0.5 Fibonacci, and if we cannot break above that 60-30, we're at least headed down to the 54.45, which is 0.618. The 0.7786 is around the 46.36, and obviously, like I said, the 42.20. Now, if we wanted to look at this whole, let's go into the daily real quick on Litecoin and look at this whole move. Sorry, guys, this video is going to be a little bit longer than usual. Well, we've already hit the 0.786 on this big move, so yeah, I'm looking for possibly that 42.20 to be our absolute worst case scenario on Litecoin. 46.36 is the 0.786 fib of this move, so I would hope for a bounce there first, but if not, 42.20 is definitely possible. But as of right now, like I said, I'm still bearish on Litecoin. If you look at the EMAs here, they've all, just like in Bitcoin, 8 EMA has crossed the 55, bearish, and the 13 is coming down. That should kick down there within the next few days. If this 13 crosses the 55, we will have another sudden move down. Let's look at the RSI in the 4-hour, see if that's given us any clues. RSI in the 4-hour, as you can see, a broadening wedge here possibly. And if that's the case, we could be headed up to here. But if we look at this, we're getting hidden bearish divergence, and we are in a downtrend. So in a downtrend, hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend, and the trend is down. So we have lower highs in the price action, and we have higher highs in the RSI. That's hidden bearish divergence. I do see us coming down. We could just come back down and test this bottom trend line here, which is around 52.81 to 54.45, which is the golden pocket zone. So I would expect a bounce there, but I don't think that'll be the end, guys. Like I said, I'm still pretty bearish. I will let you know if I change my mind on that. But by looking at this, if we were to come up all the way and test the top of this, that's probably going to be somewhere around the 73.21 area. All right, let's move on to Ethereum. Same thing in Ethereum, guys. We had this measured move looking at this triangle up top, and that gets us down to the 203, which we've been waiting for. I would expect a bounce around the 203, which is the 0.5 fib, 0.5 retracement of this whole move. So that is what I'm looking at there. And next we have, this is another bearish case. Looking, you know what, looking at this as a bear flag. If we looked at this as the flagpole, and if we were to break down here, that gets me down to around the 169, 170 range. That is a good possibility. We could stop if we break this 203 at the golden pocket zone, which is in between 177 and 182 range to get a bounce. Worst case scenario, the 0.786 is at the 153, and that would be retesting the top of this trend line. That is a good possibility, guys. Keep that in mind. And looking at the RSI, same thing as in Litecoin that we just looked at. We have hidden bearish divergence. We are getting higher highs. Higher highs. Actually, these two highs here are equivalent in the RSI, and we're getting lower highs in here, so that's still hidden bearish divergence. Actually, it's exaggerated divergence, but as you can see, the EMAs here on Ethereum are still pretty damn bearish. Everything has crossed the 200 except for the 55 on the 4 hour. Let's look at the daily real quick. Just take a look at the EMAs. And the same thing as Litecoin, Bitcoin. We have crossed, the 8 has crossed the, well, we're not as high up here. So the 8 has crossed the 21. The 13's looking to cross the 21 next. Ethereum is a lot higher above all these. So, but yeah, it's still bearish, guys. It still looks extremely bearish. On all of them, the same thing. Unless we get a huge move up and keep these from crossing, it looks like we're most likely in some trouble. But by looking at the RSI, it is possible that if we do get that push up, we could break out of this falling channel and come all the way back up here, which would be retesting the bottom of this triangle around maybe 270 range, somewhere in there. But make sure you subscribe to the channel because we do this every single day. We try to keep a key on what's going on in the market. So this is my wife's webpage, inkyorimage.com, guys. There is a link to it down below if you're interested in any of her products. She's got she can put any crypto or family picture or anything on all this stuff. But she does have, you know, any of this stuff is ready. But for anything else, you can send her pictures. She can put it on the aluminum sign. She can put it on glass. She can do all kinds of stuff. But anything you want on any of this stuff, just ask her. Hit her up in the contact. There's also hoodies like the one I have on here, but you can put obviously anything you want on it. And long sleeve tees and keychains and some other stuff that isn't listed. If you have any questions, hit her in the contact. And let's pick the winner. So I put 7 in there for the 7 videos last week. Let's generate a number. It was 2. We'll go over to the videos. 1, 2. That was yesterday. Will we get a bounce? And we're going to copy. Man, I haven't done this in a while. What the hell's going on? Copy link address, I think is what I'm supposed to do. Put it up here. Load the comments. And it's taking forever. 141 comments. Randomly pick a winner, which will probably be me. Oh, nope. D. Sager. It's raining. Stock falling knives. Buy Bitcoin. Buy gold. You've won. Get a hold of me, D. And we'll get you set up with your free t-shirt. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to enter your comments to win next week's t-shirt. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping in, and I will see you next time.